Thank you, everyone. First, I want to thank the Journalists and Writers Foundation and the Alliance for Shared Values for the invitation and for organizing this, the panelists, and all of you for making it to this great conference today. Thank you. I'll try to be brief, since a lot of my own thoughts have been so thoroughly covered by this wonderful panel there. During the past couple of years, I've been working on an in-depth documentation of the Hizmet movement, a visual documentation of the Hizmet movement, also known as the Gulen movement, as an effort to understand better what the movement is, what it does, its motivation, its impact, no longer within its own native Turkey, but also, and more importantly, as an international movement. Some of you might know this movement very well. For others, it might be little known. So far, in my own process, I have seen the work of tireless, committed individuals who truly believe that selfless service towards others, education as a foundation, and respect of our differences can really bring about peace and prosperity in our society. I've also witnessed how these individuals, because of their ideals, are being persecuted, jailed, tortured, and wrongfully accused of plotting against democracy. Hundreds of families, thousands of people, women and children, have been forced to escape the persecution of the current Turkish government. I had a couple of stories to tell you. I'm going to leave it just to one, because the stories of Ms. Hafa Gidab were right on point, and I'm only going to stress your own point here. At the beginning of the year, I headed out to Greece after learning about a new wave of refugees that were not Syrians, that were not Africans, the ones that we hear most of the time. And once they are the first family that I met, a couple with a 5-year-old girl and a 14-month son. I met them at the hospital. The mother had just given birth 2 days ago to a baby girl, now 3. She was 7 months pregnant when they had to escape Turkey and make that trip, walking 2.5 days through the woods, across the very cold Ebros River, taking the chance with their children, with the help of smugglers, and make it to this new land. 2 days before I met them, they went to the hospital, not knowing a word in Greek, not knowing how to ask for help. But they were lucky of meeting one lady, a Greek lady who could speak Turkish. And she helped them navigate the situation in the hospital and meet the doctors and stay with them all throughout the birth of the baby. And then afterwards, she stuck around. She stayed there, and she had become this sort of godmother for them. They named the baby Irene, after the Greek lady that helped them. To me, that exemplifies the hardship and the difficulties that so many Turkish individuals and families, children and women, are going through right now. But he also, at the end, brought in a lot of hope, because once we get to know the other, once we get to have the real contact, we realize that people do have a lot of love in there, and they do want to help. Sometimes when we just don't know, it's very easy to make assumptions of things. But this lady, Irene, she has never left their side. And today, they're still going through a lot of hardship, but they're pushing forward, and they are integrating better into the Greek society, thanks to people like that. Some images from that work are right now behind those walls. I invite you all to spend some time throughout the day, if you can, and see some of these families, read a little bit more about their experiences and their stories. Thank you very much.